Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a story that reaches straight into your heart. Today, I want to walk you through a journey one that dives into silence, sorrow, and the small, unexpected moments that can heal years of distance. This is about a father, a daughter, and a single weekend that shifted everything. Sometimes life doesn't send warnings. Sometimes it simply waits in the background, giving you just enough time to understand what truly matters before the chance slips away. I never imagined that one weekend could alter the course of years filled with quiet separation. For so long, my father and I lived under the same roof like shadows that drifted past each other but never really connected. We were present but not together, two people sharing a space, yet miles apart on the inside. After Mom passed, I thought grief would bring us closer. I believed that the pain we shared might close the distance that had slowly formed between us. But grief, I learned, behaves in strange ways. Instead of drawing people in, it can harden the space between them. It builds invisible barriers, each day adding another layer of silence and unsaid thoughts. Memories we were too scared to revisit, and regrets we never dared to acknowledge. The house turned into a shrine of everything we once were, suspended in time. Every photograph, every small belonging whispered stories of days that had slipped away. The faint scent of Mom's perfume still clung to the living room air. Her favorite teacup stayed exactly where she had left it, untouched. Her knitting basket rested in the same corner, needles still tucked into half-finished patterns. Everything reminded us of what we had lost, but also of what we didn't know how to rebuild. The closeness, the laughter, the easy warmth, we didn't fight. We didn't cry. We simply stopped talking about anything that mattered. Our conversations were reduced to the basics: food, bills, the weather. Even those exchanges felt rehearsed, as if we were actors repeating lines we knew by heart, but no longer felt. And during those years, our home had become a silent museum of our grief, a perfectly preserved shell of what once existed, a place where emotions seemed to fade away or bury themselves deep. Sometimes I would catch him standing by the window, staring out at nothing, his hands resting on the sill, his eyes unfocused. I knew he was wandering through old memories, and, without speaking, I knew he assumed I was doing the same. Then, one early spring morning, something unexpected shifted. There was no big moment, no sudden realization, just a soft, persistent feeling pressing gently on my chest. The kind that lingers until you're forced to pay attention. "Let's drive to the coast," he said almost casually while pouring himself coffee at the kitchen counter. His voice, quiet, low, strangely unfamiliar, made me stop. I had grown so accustomed to the stillness between us that hearing him speak like that felt almost like listening to a stranger in my own house. "Okay," I whispered back, unsure if my voice would reveal the mix of surprise and fragile hope that stirred inside me. We packed lightly, each gathering a small bag, nothing special, just enough for a short trip. There was no plan, no checklist of places to visit, no idea where we'd eat or sleep. Only a quiet wish that maybe the sea could express the words we no longer knew how to say. The drive started in silence, not the heavy, suffocating silence of home, but a gentle, open quiet. It was the kind that lets thoughts drift in and out, offering room to breathe, to remember, to notice things again. We passed fields where new leaves were forming, branches stretching toward the sun, tiny white petals trembling softly in the morning breeze. He pointed out how the sunlight caught on a puddle left behind by last night's rain. I answered him, and for the first time in what felt like years, the conversation came easily, without effort or hesitation. The road ahead unfurled like a ribbon through a world slowly waking up. Each curve, each hill, each subtle rise and dip in the asphalt felt like stepping into a new chapter, an unfolding possibility. A quiet shift neither of us dared to name. Invitation, and for the first time in years, I felt something I thought had vanished long ago: hope. When we finally reached the coastline, it was as if the world quietly shifted around us. The dunes rose before us like pages from a story we once knew but had forgotten. The ocean stretched endlessly before us, a shimmering blue that felt infinite, forgiving, almost eternal. I stepped out of the car, and the salty air filled my lungs, sharp, sweet, like taking a long-awaited breath after years of being underwater. My heart beat with a rhythm I hadn't felt in so long.